UN peacekeeping missions involving Pakistan covers a long and cherished history of Pakistani involvement with the United Nations. Pakistan joined the United Nations on 30 September 1947, regardless of Afghan opposition against Pakistan's entrance to United Nations because of the Durand Line. Since 1960, Pakistan has been actively involved in most of the UN peacekeeping missions and today is the country with the most troops serving for UN peacekeeping missions. Some of the major contributions were in Somalia, Sierra Leone, Bosnia, Congo and Liberia. Peacekeeping, as defined by the United Nations, is a way to help countries torn by conflict create conditions for sustainable peace. UN peacekeepers, usually military officers, civilian police officers and civilian personnel from many countries, monitor and observe peace processes that emerge in post-conflict situations and assist ex-combatants in implementing the peace agreements they have signed. Such assistance comes in many forms, including confidence-building measures, power-sharing arrangements, electoral support, strengthening the rule of law, and economic and social development. Pakistan has contributed mainly military, but also paramilitary and civilian police as peacekeepers as well. All operations must include the resolution of conflicts through the use of force to be considered valid under the Charter of the United Nations Foundation. Completed missions: Congo, contribution 400 troops, ordnance, transport units and staff personnel. Casualties: none. Operation of the United Nations in Congo was a United Nations peacekeeping force in Congo that was established after United Nations Security Council Resolution 143 of July 14, 1960. It was active during the Congo crisis. During the operation, Pakistan provided logistics support during movement of troops to and from Congo and inland movement to the United Nations troops. Pakistan Army Supply Corps organized the whole operation. It continued uninterrupted from 1960 to 1964 with 4 independent Army Supply Corps companies, each consisting of about 100 personnel. The movement control entailed move through sea, air, rail, river and road transport. A systematic organization was created to ensure foolproof administrative arrangements for transportation of troops, weapons, equipment, stores and rations throughout Congo in unfriendly environments. West New Guinea, contribution 1,500 troops, casualties, none. United Nations Security Force in New Guinea, West Irian. After the agreement between Committee of Nations that the Netherlands would hand over control of West Irian to the United Nations by the 1st of October 1962, prior to its takeover by Indonesia for subsequent plebiscite, it was a matter of great honor that Pakistan was asked to undertake the exclusive responsibility of establishing United Nations temporary executive authority in maintaining law and order in this part of the world, until it was handed over to Indonesia in the following year. In the circumstances when the world was focusing its eyes on the United Nations Security Force, the Pakistani Composite Force comprising 14 Punjab Regiment, 2 companies of 18 Punjab Regiment and supporting elements, disembarked on the coast of Sarong after completing 6,000 miles sea voyage on 8 October 1962. The responsibility of this contingent stretched over hundreds of miles. In order to accomplish the assigned mission, the companies were deployed at Inmarok, FAK, Sarong and Guyamana. The battalion headquarters were positioned at Bayak. Pakistani troops effectively prevented skirmishes between Papuans and Indonesian troops. On one such occasion, Pakistani troops rushed swiftly to Kaimana area on 14 January 1963, to avoid a bloody conflict and brought the situation under control. In another incident, Pakistani troops were moved to Manokwari by air in response to a distress signal to restore law and order situation threatened by Papuan Volunteer Corps. On reaching the spot, it revealed that 350 PVK troops were in a mutinous mood at the Arfak camp. Pakistani peacekeepers restored the situation very tactfully without spilling a single drop of blood. The Pakistani contingent ensured smooth withdrawal of Dutch troops without any ensuing battles with the Indonesian army. It also helped Indonesian troops in taking over the control swiftly in a conducive atmosphere. Namibia. Contribution: 20 military observers. Casualties: none. United Nations Transition Assistance Group in Namibia. The United Nations operation in Namibia marked the culmination of 70 years of pressure by the organized international community, through the League of Nations, and then the United Nations, to enable the people of the territory to live in peace, freedom and independence. Its climax came shortly after midnight on the 21st of March 1990, when the South African flag was lowered, the Namibian flag was raised. After the Namibian War of Independence, and the Secretary-General of the United Nations, Mr. Javier Perez de Cuellar, administered the oath of office to Mr. Sam Nujoma as President of the newly independent state. Kuwait. Contribution: 1136 total. Casualties: none. United Nations Iraq-Kuwait Observation Mission was established on April 9, 1991 following the Gulf War by Security Council Resolution 689 and fully deployed by early May. In the aftermath of the 1991 Gulf War, Kuwait found itself confronted with colossal post-war problems. They included the reclamation of the entire land of Kuwait, which had been turned into a battlefield by Iraq and the Allied forces. Almost the whole territory was infested with lethal mines, huge stockpiles of ammunition and explosives, and vast dugouts, which made the normal use of land impossible. Finally, the job was separately entrusted to Pakistan and 6 other countries. Pakistan was assigned the most difficult area in the north of Kuwait City. It was spread over 3,000 square kilometers. Subsequently, reclamation of Bubiyan Island also was entrusted to Pakistan. The operation was carried out by a task force of Pakistan Army engineers belonging to Frontier Works Organization. Haiti. Contribution: 525 troops. Casualties: none. United Nations mission in Haiti. During the 1991 coup and military rule in Haiti on the request of the United Nations, Pakistan provided 1 infantry battalion to form part of UNMIH. This battalion, PAKBAT, arrived in Haiti in March 1995 and was deployed in Cap Haitien. At the time, this area faced extremely volatile security situation and was also reputed to be the hotbed of political restlessness. In order to improve the security situation, PAKBAT started to discharge its responsibilities with an extensive patrolling program covering North, Northeast and Central regions. These patrols quickly became conduit for cordial relationship between the local population and peacekeepers. It gave confidence to soldiers wearing blue berets, the Haitian National Police and other government functionaries, which led to a degree of stability and cooperation in the region. PAKBAT also played a significant role in holding free and fair elections in the northern reaches of Haiti, which was appreciated by local people as well as foreign media, for humanitarian assistance. Food distribution among impoverished people of Haiti was one program, while much of the food was supplied by NGOs. Pakistan troops even distributed their own quota of rations to hard-pressed population, hence earned goodwill. Scarcity of potable water being another serious problem, Pakistan surveyed regions' potable water requirements, pinpointing locations where water points were urgently required and helped NGOs to repair and install water pumps and bring water to remote areas. On one such occasion, Pakistan learned of an orphanage that had no potable water. Our patrol quickly supplied bottled water and biscuits and installed. In recognition of Pakistan efforts, a school was named Pakistan School. Cambodia. Contribution 1106. Casualties none. United Nations Transitional Authority in Cambodia. When the United Nations requested the member countries to contribute troops to UNTAC, Pakistan, in keeping with its previous record, responded positively, and 2nd Battalion of the Azad Kashmir Regiment was dispatched. This contingent formed part of a force of 15,900 personnel from 32 countries. They were tasked to ensure the withdrawal of all foreign forces, supervision of ceasefire, disarmament and demobilization of Cambodia's warring factions. Bosnia. Contribution 3,000 troops. Casualties 6. United Nations Protection Forces in Bosnia. Recognizing the commendable performance of the Pakistan Army contingents as United Nations peacekeepers in Somalia and Cambodia, the United Nations requested the government of Pakistan to contribute troops to the United Nations Protection Force in Bosnia-Herzegovina. A 3,000-strong contingent consisting of 2 battalion groups and a national support headquarters left for Bosnia and Croatia in May 1994. Somalia. Contribution 7,200 troops. Casualties 39. United Nations operation in Somalia. During the Somali Civil War, Pakistan was the first country to respond to the call of the United Nations. On the 14th of September 1992, 500 Pakistani troops arrived in Mogadishu to launch the United Nations humanitarian campaign. Deployment of the security force was preceded by the arrival of an advance party of 50 United Nations observers. Rwanda. Contribution 7 military observers. Casualties none. United Nations Assistance Mission for Rwanda was originally established to help implement the Arusha Peace Agreement signed by the Rwandese parties on 4 August 1993. UNAMIR's mandate and strength were adjusted on a number of occasions in the face of the tragic events of the genocide and the changing situation in the country. UNAMIR's mandate came to an end on 8 March 1996. The mission was headed by Mr. Shahryar M. Khan from Pakistan as the special representative of the Secretary-General and head of mission. After the closure of UNAMIR, Mr. Khan continued as the Secretary-General's special representative through April 1996. Angola. Contribution 14 military observers. Casualties none. Established to assist the government of Angola and the UNIO National Para a Independencia Total de Angola in restoring peace and achieving national reconciliation on the basis of the peace accords for Angola, signed on 31 May 1991, the Lusaka Protocol signed on 20 November 1994, and relevant Security Council resolutions. Eastern Slavonia. Contribution 10-14 troops and star. Casualties none. United Nations Transitional Authority in Eastern Slavonia, after the demilitarization agreement signed between the Croatian government and the Serb representatives in November 1995 at Erdut. The United Nations was asked to take steps for the implementation of the agreement in war-ravaged areas of eastern Slavonia, Orania and western Sirmium within a period of 30 days. A 1,000 soldiers strong Pakistan Army contingent joined UNTAS in the first week of May 96 and assumed its duties on the 18th of May 96 after relieving Belgian troops. Sierra Leone. Contribution: 5,000 troops. Casualties: 6. United Nations mission in Sierra Leone. During the mission, the UN Security Council approved several requests of military assistance, which drew to a final force of 17,500 military personnel, including the 260 military observers. The Council took this decision by its Resolution 1346, and, by the same resolution, approved a revised concept of operations. Pakistan, being the largest contributor to this mission, sent a composite force of 3 battalion groups and 1 engineer battalion. Mr. Sajjad Akram from the Pakistan Army served as the force commander and chief military observer from October 2003 to September 2005. Current deployment. The total number of troops currently serving in peacekeeping missions is 10,173.